Everyone is different when it comes to the communication styles that they prefer to use. Some of you may enjoy texting, while others prefer face-to-face conversations. The communication styles that I use are verbal communication and written communication. The verbal communication styles that I use are face-to-face and over the phone. Face-to-face communication is when more than one person talks in front of one another. 90% of how we communicate is through facial and body cues, which makes it even more important to use face-to-face communication. Face-to-face conversations are far less likely to be misconstrued over other forms of communication, and they help build better bonds and relationships. Over-the-phone communication is the transmission of speech by electrical signals along conductors or radio signals. Landline or cell phones are used for telecommunication. Over-the-phone communication allows people to speak with one another over a longer distance. In the U.S., 69% of Americans prefer to talk over the phone rather than text. Written communication styles that I use are email, writing letters, and text messaging. Email is a method of sending and receiving messages over the internet. The top email providers are Outlook, Hotmail, and Yahoo. Writing letters is when someone writes a message that then gets sent to someone else through the postal service. Writing letters has become very unpopular today due to newer technology. Text messaging is typing and sending a message between two or more mobile phones over a network. Texting is slowly taking over as the most used form of communication. I text message very often, however, it is not my favorite form of communication. Text messaging allows the receiver of the message to misconstrue the meaning of what is being written. My favorite forms of communication are face-to-face, followed closely by over-the-phone communication. These two styles are my favorite due to the fact that they are more personable and the meaning of the message is rarely misconstrued. My least favorite forms of communication are texting and writing letters. Texting is one of my least favorite because it has made people learn to no longer write properly. Also, I've had many problems with other people taking the meaning of what I write the wrong way. Writing letters and mailing letters takes too much time to complete a conversation and can be very hard to keep track of what is being said. The amount of time that I spend with each style of communication varies. Texting is the style of communication that I use the most due to the speed of sending and receiving messages. I send between 100 and 150 messages per day. Second is face-to-face, which I spend about 1.5 to 2 hours doing. Third is over the phone, which I spend about 1 hour doing per day. Fourth is email, which I send between 2 and 5 messages per day. Fifth is writing letters, which I send about 1 letter each week. Communication is very important in life, and learning what ways of communication to use can help you with your relationships in the future.